My name's Jack. I'm the Strategic Business Director for Pearlfisher. My background is in strategy. I grew up through the Pearlfisher strategy team. And now I sit across our futures strategy and design offer in a more consultative role, essentially, working with our clients to help them meet their different challenges and opportunities they face. So very fortunate. I get to sit outside specific projects and work with all our clients, which is fantastic.
I'm Ashleigh. My role is much simpler than Jack's. I am a marketing and communications executive, and I've been with Pearlfisher for just under a year. I think company culture is incredibly important, particularly here at Pearlfisher. I think personally one of my favorite things about the agency is the people, and I think that it's when you start with a really fantastic group of people who are positive and who support each other and who are really just here, enjoy turning up every day and are here to do brilliant work, I think you already have the makings of a fantastic culture. And I think it's a very interesting thing because it's there's a good mixture between an organic sense of collaboration, which makes it a really fantastic place to work, but then also sort of planned initiatives that aren't necessarily big initiatives. It's just small traditions, like the fact that our reception turns into a bar every Friday night, or the fact that we have a really cool summer festival that brings all 4 studios together to sort of celebrate our year in the summer. I think things like that really get people on board and make everyone really passionate about the place. And things like creative seminars and like trips away, or things that stimulate creativity in different ways and really encourage us to explore our own sort of capability within our whichever creative role we're in.
Yeah, and I think just to add to that, I mean, the swings and the ball pit are fantastic to have, but I think in addition to that, what they really do is facilitate a sense of collaboration. I think it's important to have spaces where people can almost colonize them around specific projects, and therefore it becomes almost a flat hierarchy where people aren't working in silos but actually feel like a project team. Even though it may be a futures piece of work, a strategic piece, a creative piece, actually you need a real breadth of skills and experience feeding into those projects to bring them to life. And I think that's what these spaces help facilitate, is a sense of collaboration. And by doing so, I think you actually create a stronger culture because everyone's working together for common goals rather than just doing their bit. It's about the bigger vision of the project, I think.
And just to build on that, I think working in comms, I think one of my favorite things about my job is that I get to work with so many different people within the company. So I'll be working on a really cool branded initiative with the futures team, but then I'll also be helping one of the strategists craft something that they might be talking about at a conference. So I think I draw so much energy from being able to spread myself across the whole company. And that sense of collaboration really does come out, I think, not just internally, but in the work that we do as well. I think you need great leadership. I think you have a company culture will automatically be an extension of the people who lead the company. So I think we're really fortunate to have that fantastic leadership, not just in our 3 founding partners, but in the heads of our studios. And I think a sense of, I mentioned it earlier, but just a sense of empowerment and a sense of being able to know that you can kind of become whatever you want to be in the company. I think Jack, for example, he's a fantastic example of that. He started out as an intern and has completely crafted this amazing path for himself and is now completely indispensable to the company. So I think there's a sense of trust, a sense of you feel valued, you feel supported, and I think that's kind of spans the whole agency. It's not just within pockets. Even just something like communications, which sometimes is a little bit, can get kind of pushed under the carpet because it's not necessarily billable. I feel working in communications that we really are prioritized, and the role that we do is pretty central, and it's something that's really empowering because I know that I'm creating value.
So autonomy, purpose, and meaning are the things I think everyone looks for. And if you don't celebrate or enjoy or revel in those 3 things, you perhaps won't thrive at somewhere like Pearlfisher. And I think that's what a great culture is also about, having the right mix of people. I think Ashleigh is a great example of someone who really enjoys the sense of autonomy and throws herself into self-initiated projects, a sense of purpose, an incredible passion for what she's doing, and not waiting to be asked, but actually asking and taking control of something herself. And I think that's what creates a great culture for me, is when those people revel in the autonomy they're given and actually create new projects and pathways forward for us that we perhaps didn't even think of, and Ashleigh's testament to that.